turn to your investigation in the impeachment inquiry, sir. You sent out criminal referrals this past week. Tell us about that. What does that get you, and where is this going?
What we have, Maria, is Hunter Biden under oath in a deposition lying. He perjured himself 2 different times at least.
Right.
But you sent criminal referrals for Hunter Biden and James Biden over perjury, for lying to Congress. Where are the criminal referrals if that's all true? Where are the criminal referrals for FARA, for money laundering, for corruption, for influence peddling? Where are these?
Yeah.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Now, hear me out. I know what you're thinking, right? You've seen the thumbnail and are thinking, Francis, come on, surely you're not about to sing the praises of the Maria Bartiromo, the same person with the insatiable ability to spin every positive jobs report under Biden as some catastrophe.
This report shows a blockbuster 272,000 jobs were added to the workforce in May.
This is something, Maria. This is something. 272,000.
Nancy Lazar was right. She was right.
She was right.
272,000. Everybody, the estimate was 185,000. And by the way, that blows even the top of the range from economists going in. The range was 120 to 258, and we came in at 272. The unemployment rate hit 4%. The estimate was 3.9%. So this is something else. All right.
Well, you know what number I don't like, Charles, is this wages. The wages, average hourly earnings up 4.1%. That points to inflation, Charles. A couple of days before we get the CPI on Wednesday. Your takeaway.
But guys, I'm sorry to say, no, of course not. She did the bare minimum. But even that was enough to send the Comer pitch into a higher octave, which is always worth a second look.
Well, we're just beginning, Maria, and a lot of those crimes that the Bidens have committed, the statute of limitations has run out. That was one of the complaints that the Irish whistleblower said when we had them testify in our committee. But we're going to deal with those, and we're going to deal with Joe Biden.
As Jared Moskowitz said recently when asked about the Biden impeachment that never was.
Mr. Moskowitz, where are we in the impeachment investigation? They started this 11 months ago.
Is that still going on?
That's the point.
It's going great for Comer. I mean, everything I read, it's just going so well for him. He should just keep doing what you're doing, James. It's going great. Is that still going on?
I guess it still is. Well, on Fox News at least. A place in which even the most flagrant of lies and disinformation from Comer and co. are given free rein to infiltrate the homes of far too many Americans across the country. But I don't know, maybe it was the soaring job numbers last week that has Bartiromo in a less forgiving mood. But she seemingly laid bare all of the glaring facts and testimony that Comer had lined up as the smoking gun when he was set to bring down the dark Biden crime empire, to which, like most things promised by the Republican Party, made more of a tiny ripple as opposed to this red wave.
Let me turn to your investigation in the impeachment inquiry, sir. You sent out criminal referrals this past week. Tell us about that. What does that get you, and where is this going?
Well, criminal referrals are very serious. In fact, Merrick Garland has prosecuted people that were referred criminally to the Department of Justice during the Trump administration. So Merrick Garland's on record taking congressional criminal referrals very seriously. So we're going to see how seriously he takes these that we referred here. What we have, Maria, is Hunter Biden under oath in a deposition lying. He perjured himself 2 different times at least about Joe Biden's involvement and participation in schemes. We also have Jim Biden lying about the fact that Joe Biden met with Tony Bobulinski. Jim Biden testified in his transcribed interview that they never met, but both Tony Bobulinski and Hunter Biden testified under oath that they met. So we know they met. Why would Jim Biden lie about that? It's all to protect Joe. We know from our comprehensive investigation from Tony Bobulinski and Jason Galanis that Joe Biden was the central figure in the family's influence peddling scheme. The tens of millions of dollars that the Bidens took in from our adversaries around the world, which according to the Irish whistleblowers, they never paid a penny of taxes on. All of this happened because Joe Biden was the central figure in selling the brand and convincing the shady characters around the globe that his family was essentially speaking for him and to go ahead and wire that money to those shell accounts.
Okay, that's fair enough. But you sent criminal referrals for Hunter Biden and James Biden over perjury for lying to Congress. Where are the criminal referrals if that's all true? Where are the criminal referrals for FARA, for money laundering, for corruption, for influence peddling? Where are these?
Yeah. Well, we're just beginning, Maria, and a lot of those crimes that the Bidens have committed, the statute of limitations has run out. That was one of the complaints that the IRS whistleblower said when we had them testify in our committee. But we're going to deal with those, and we're going to deal with Joe Biden. Remember, this is an investigation of Joe Biden. Hunter Biden, Jim Biden, Eric Sherwin, Devin Archer, these are all witnesses in an investigation of Joe Biden. This was always about Joe Biden. Now, we're going to do everything we can to hold Hunter Biden and all the different shady associates accountable. This is just the beginning, but the next step will be accountability for Joe Biden. I think everyone that's kept up with this investigation will be very eager to see what the next step is. This is the first step, these criminal referrals. Everything that we refer to the Department of Justice is within the statute of limitations. In fact, there's 5-year statute of limitations. So if Merrick Garland's Department of Justice doesn't take this up in an appropriate manner, then the next administration and a new attorney general certainly can. The investigation's already been done. And with these criminal referrals, we published a 60-page report of nothing but hard evidence that no one has made a comment disputing anything we provided in the evidence.
Okay, so these criminal referrals will stand for 5 years, beyond potentially Merrick Garland's time there and Biden's DOJ. Are you saying that we could expect a criminal referral against Joe Biden for money laundering? Is that what you just said?
Well, I think that it's no secret Joe Biden's committed many crimes, and I think that you're going to see a report very soon. That report is imminent. That'll probably be an interim report that updates everyone on the crimes that Biden and his administration have committed throughout this investigation and through the years of the Obama-Biden administration.
Well, you have subpoena power. Why not subpoena these people as well? Put them in the hot seat.
We've subpoenaed all the associates. The only person we haven't talked to is Joe Biden. As you know, it's hard to subpoena a sitting president, or the Democrats would have done that to Donald Trump. But I think that what we've done in all of our depositions and interviews has been very substantive, and it's going to be very useful in accountability.
And listen, in one of the most shameless of comments, and trust me, there is many to compete with, Comer insists that this is just the beginning. The beginning of what, mate?
After 15 months pouring through over 100,000 bank records, interviewing around 40 people, including the president's son, Hunter, and brother, James, their business associates, Department of Justice officials, IRS whistleblowers, Republicans haven't found any evidence of wrongdoing by the president, and they don't have the votes to impeach.
According to the president, is the Biden impeachment now unlikely?
I think it's increasingly unlikely.
Do we need to go back down this road, the road of Russian assets, revenge porn, and splitting ever so graying hairs? For what? To get humiliated even more? I can't understand it. Is it a glutton for punishment at this point? Because it has to be. Maybe he does like the back and forth with Raskin and Moskowitz.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. So we are about to begin the impeachment inquiry debate. And my colleagues, my Republican colleagues, are going to show you how important it is to them. They're going to show you how much evidence they have supposedly uncovered. They're going to show you how serious of an issue they think this is. And you want to know why? Because as soon as we take this vote today, you know what they're going to do? They're going to break for 3 weeks. They're going to run out of this place and leave for 3 weeks, even though it's so important. And it's so overwhelming. And it is, the nation must be focused on this, that they are going to run away and leave Washington for 3 weeks. It's because there's no evidence on Joe Biden. The only thing they have uncovered is that Joe Biden is the father of Hunter Biden. That's it. Thank you, Chairman Raskin. Soon to be Chairman Raskin, very soon. Let me just say that I think my colleagues and I are witnessing the death of the fake, faux, frivolous Joe Biden impeachment inquiry. In fact, as a Jewish American, when this is over, I will say mourner's Kaddish for this impeachment inquiry. There has been no evidence on Joe Biden from the beginning. There has been no evidence so far in this deposition linking Joe Biden at all. So as Jay-Z said, grand opening, grand closing. Thank you.
Because there's no way that anyone subjects themselves to this amount of humiliation freely if they don't have some sort of fetish for it. I mean, after months and endless amounts of taxpayer money, their final product, their big reveal, was referrals for prosecution for James and Hunter Biden for allegedly lying to Congress. This was your big gotcha, promising smoking gun moment. And of course, at its inception, this was a distraction tactic to take away focus from the fact that Republicans have broken records for how little they've done while having a majority. And of course, recently, a means to deflect from the real criminal posing a threat to the White House. The actual convicted felon, who we are not supposed to describe as a convicted felon because, well, just don't, okay? It's not nice. Keep it up, James. It's entertaining.
The Democrats and the fake news media want to constantly talk about, oh, President Trump is a convicted felon.
Donald Trump is a convicted felon, an adjudicated rapist, and a congenital liar. He's a racist, sexist, misogynistic narcissist who wants to use the levers of power to enrich himself and punish anyone who dares speak a word against him. He has stolen state secrets, compromised our national security, betrayed our Constitution, and sacrificed the truth to further his own naked ambition. When Trump comes to Milwaukee for the Republican convention, he'll cast blame on others for his own misdeeds. He'll claim credit for things that he never touched. He'll lie and he'll ramble.
Love this video? Make sure you stay up to date on the latest breaking news and all things Meidas by signing up to the MeidasTouch newsletter at MeidasTouch.com/newsletter.